Okay, so I wanted to share what documents I submitted to the Los Angeles consulate. So, for reference, I think there's only two Thai consulates in the US that you can apply to: Los Angeles if you're on the West Coast, and then I think Washington, D.C. is the other one. But I do know Americans that have applied in Taiwan and Vietnam, for example, but the requirements are going to be different based on which embassy or consulate you're going to. And so I have a list here of everything that I submitted, and it's a total of 42 pages. So if it sounds like a lot, it is. I took hours and hours prepping all of this stuff. And even with what I submitted, they still asked for extra stuff. So just something to be aware of. So the first thing I submitted was a service contract. So contracts with my client, a remote work policy contract, basically stating that I'm allowed to work remotely, my resume, LinkedIn profile page, a self employment declaration letter, basically explaining the nature of my work and what I do for my client's company, Secretary of State account number, their entity type, and also their employer identification number from the IRS. So this is not my company. I work for a client, and this was the information I had to submit for them. A copy of my client's website, invoice and payment transactions through Stripe, which is the payment processor that I use for my clients, copy of my rental lease agreement in Thailand for my condo, Thailand flight details, so my flight going back into Thailand. And then they asked separately for my federal and state income tax returns. So it's going to be a little different if you have your own company. This is not my company. I work for a client. And so I had to submit information on behalf of her and her company. And the application fee is $400 and it's not refundable. So if you put something wrong, like your passport number or you miss your middle initial or little things like that, they will cancel your application and then you'd have to pay again to resubmit.